how to develop more touch, make more floaters around the basket. My name is Coach Dante, and today I'm going to show you 3 mistakes that players do when they shoot their floater. One of the biggest mistakes that players do when they shoot their floaters is they treat the floater like a regular jump shot. And the biggest thing that players do wrong is when they shoot this is because it doesn't help you develop more touch. When you're at the basket, you want to create backspin, but what you also want to do is create a nice soft touch so the ball can gently drop in. The higher we shoot our shot, the more room for air the ball has to go into the basket every single time. One of the biggest myths that people think when they shoot their floater is they need rotation on their shot. But the biggest thing is when you keep your palm open, all you have to do is push the ball with your palm and then let the ball roll off your fingertips. This will still create that nice backspin that you need to create every single time to shoot this floater. The next thing is when you shoot it, you want to push the ball up and push it vertically. When you push the ball vertically, you want to think about locking your elbow every single time, but you do not need to hold the follow through. You just need to gently bring your hand back down. Because when you bring your hand back down gently, it creates that nice soft touch to let the ball float in the air and then let the ball drop into the basket every single time. So when I'm shooting this shot, I want to think about locking, and then once I lock, I just gently bring my hand back down. One of the biggest mistakes players also make is when they shoot this floater, is they bring their hand too fast, and it actually throws off their balance of their body. So when you're shooting this floater, you want to keep your palm flat, no flicking through. The other part is when you shoot your floater, you want to gently bring your hand back down. And when I keep those things intact, I'm going to keep a nice consistent floater. I'm going to keep the balls going soft off the backboard or the rim, or just letting the ball drop into the hoop every single time. The next thing that you want to do when you shoot this floater is you want to shoot it high and soft. When you use the backboard, you want to think about shooting it off the top layer of the white line of the backboard so it drops and gently goes in. Short, and when it shoots it short, it ricochets off the front end and then goes off the hoop, and it doesn't create any more touch around the rim. So when we shoot this floater, we're gonna let it go high, and when the ball goes high, it's gonna gently drop into the hoop, because when we shoot this thing, it's gonna nicely drop, and it'll have a good room for air so it goes soft into the basket every single time. When you're shooting a floater on the move, one of the biggest things people do wrong is they keep their chest down and they don't elevate their chest to put them back on balance as they're moving forward. So when I'm shooting this floater, if I keep my chest down, all the momentum is going to keep going forward, and I don't want to create good balance on the shot to create good touch every single time around the rim. So when I'm going, I want to bring my chest back and up, so when I shoot, I'm going to land back in the exact same spot I was moving from or where I jumped from every single time. So the biggest thing is when you go, you're going to dribble, and when you pick up the ball, your chest will go down, and then when you jump, your chest rises back up to stabilize the balance of going forward, and then land back on balance every single time. Go, keep my chest up, and then raise my chest high, so now I have better balance around the rim so I can make that shot every single time. So when I'm thinking about shooting floaters every single time, and even especially if I'm at home by myself, I keep my palm open, I keep my chest high, and every single time, I keep the ball going high off the backboard and letting it ball drop naturally back in. So when I shoot this floater, I'm gonna keep this posture every single time so I create better touch around the basket all the time.